Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise on the glory of Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakdash. Check this video.
Tonight just might be a dark-ass day.
I just got off the phone with the president, but he said 8 p.m. is happening. That's what he said. There is going to be an attack like they have not seen.
Mind you, the attack that he's talking about is this Truth Social post where Donald Trump said a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought again, talking about the fact that he wants to use a nuclear bomb on Iran. Now, to put that into perspective, the only other time nuclear bombs were detonated in history was in Japan in 1945 in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In 1945, the population of Hiroshima was about 350,000 people. But immediately after the nuclear bomb detonated, Hiroshima was immediately flattened, and the resulting explosion killed 70,000 people instantly. And by the end of the year, the death toll had risen to 140,000 people. Now, fast forward to 2026. Tehran is the largest city and capital of Iran with 9.7 million people. If Donald Trump were crazy enough to nuke Tehran, millions of people would die instantly. To put that into perspective, Tehran has about the same population of New York City. And yet, in America, in New York City, we said never forget to a tragedy that knocked down 2 buildings and killed 3,000 American lives 25 years ago. My question then is, how then do we expect them to react? Just at the threat that they're going to lose millions of lives because a tyrannical wannabe dictator from America, a country that has been impacting them negatively since 1953 for 73 years, all of a sudden at an arbitrary time at 8 p.m. decides that their entire civilization no longer deserves to exist.
You see? That's Esau Edom, so-called white man. All right. Psalms 140:1, it says to the chief musician, a psalm of David, deliver me, O Lord Yahweh, from the evil man. Right? Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. Continually are they gathered together for war. Esau Edom, so-called white man. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips, Salah. And adder's poison is up under these devils' lips. All right, this devil just said, he says a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again, man. Who does that remind you of? Esau Edom in the Bible, man. All right, this is a he was a murderer from the beginning. All right, he's a devil, man. Like, look at that. A whole civilization. He talking about children, babies, and in the stomach, and everything, everybody. So it's only a few hours until that time, man. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. He says, I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. Goodness gracious, man. Look at this cracker, man. This dude is willing to take out a whole civilization type of shit, man. This is that devil the Bible speaks of, man. Goodness gracious, there's so many damn scriptures. This is, goodness gracious, man. I don't even know what to go to. Isaiah 19, shit. We'll talk about his goofy ass. Isaiah 19, and, talk about that, that cruel Lord, man. Yeah, Isaiah 19 and 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, aka civil war, pretty much. Americans versus Americans these days. And they shall fight, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to their idols, and to the charmers, and them that have familiar spirits. And that's what's happening right now. And the Egyptians, aka Americans, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them. That's talking about Donald Trump. saith the Lord of hosts. All right, and that's that fierce king. All right, that cruel Lord. That's a real demon that we're talking about here, man. This is Psalms was it 52 and and uh and 1. It says to the chief musician Meshiel, a psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite, right, Esau Edom, came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of so he snitched. It says, why boast? This is what King David was saying. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of the Most High endureth continually. It says, thy tongue deviseth mischief. And that's what these devils see. With their tongue, this devil just said, what did he say? He said, you got until...
Let's be clear. This is not just threatening lives 25 years ago. My question then is, how then do we expect them to react? Just at the threat that they're going to lose millions of lives because a tyrannical wannabe dictator from America, a country that has been impacting them negatively since 1953 for 73 years, all of a sudden at an arbitrary time at 8 p.m. decides that their entire civilization no longer deserves to exist. Because let's be clear, this is not just threatening millions of their lives, we also rewrite their history. Donald Trump posted in his Truth Social, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end.
Listen, what did he say in the beginning? A whole civilization will die tonight. That's all you got to look at, man. You didn't got to read nothing else. This is a madman. This is a demon unleashed on the earth. The Lord did this. This is powerful. This is spiritual war. This is spiritual war, man. And these devils in the background, you know, it's the Rothschilds that's, you know, but they just don't know what they messing with. Just like with the CERN stuff, they just don't know what they messing with. You keep on poking the bear if you want. Oh yeah, that reminds me of Russia. So if they nuke Iran tonight, you think Russia's just going to sit back? China? I heard North Korea and South Korea are getting kind of close together these days. What say you? All these allies turn against America. That's what the Bible speaks about. They shall burn her with fire. The MOTB got to be implemented, but this thing is headed into high gear. I don't think that they're going to set a nuke off. If they do, it's going to be something above the ground to set off the... They're probably going to obviously destroy all the oil in different places, power plants. Make it hard for them to survive. In turn, ultimately killing them off. But just think how the white man thinks. This is how he thinks. When he came in to America, and our brothers and sisters were nice to him, and he took advantage of us. So-called Native American Indians, man. Our brothers and sisters. He took advantage. He had hatred in his heart. I don't think he was tonight. He had some hatred in his heart. He had something in his heart that nobody knew, because we try to trust. That's why the scriptures say the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. Never trust thine enemy. You know, this devil talking about 8 something tonight. He might do it before that. It's probably already going down right now. He just trying to tell you a time just to fake you out so you don't get ready in time. Same time he telling you that, he already got everything in place and he already about to do it, man. Verse 10, it says, never trust thine enemy. For like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Every time he try to set up a deal or set up something in the background, they was bombing them at the same time. Yet take good heed and beware of him, and no doubt shall be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass. Yeah, because you're going to remember his history. Thou shalt know that his justice have not been altogether wiped away. You're going to remember what you've heard of him. You're going to remember how you've seen him do to people. You're going to remember his history. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Right. That's the verse. That's the point. Verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Right. And all kind of, he trying to have a ceasefire and this, that, and the other. Iran knew that there wasn't going to be no ceasefire. As soon as they start acting like they're going to cease some fire, they was going to blow them up, man. And all of us know it. All of us know if Iran would have tried to do a ceasefire, they was just going to blow them up anyway, man. All of us know. That's how the white man is. He's insatiable in his wickedness. He hasn't had enough. He's not satisfied. That's all he knows is killing, man, and murder, and rape and robbery, taking little children and eating them and doing all types of things to them. That's all he knows. That's all he's ever been, man.
Be a dark ass day.
I just got off the phone.
I don't think that we're going to see a nuclear weapon used. Secondly, can there be something else in the conventional inventory that could be extremely destructive?
EMP.
Well, we've seen the Oreshnik missile, a hypersonic missile that is extraordinarily destructive in its impact. Could we see something like that? Potentially, yes. Will this end the civilization in Iran? I don't think so. And will Iran respond in kind by destroying all the infrastructure on the west side of the Persian Gulf and inside Saudi Arabia? Will the Houthis also simultaneously close off access to the Red Sea? Yes. Now, how debilitating is this? Well, we've already got rolling blackouts in Egypt. I think General Sisi, who is currently president, is on very thin ice. He could be relieved very suddenly, which would then bring Israel directly into the war against Israel. Then there, of course, are our friends the Turks. They control the largest military establishment on the ground in the region, a very capable force, and the Turks are extremely enraged by everything the Israelis have done, and quite frankly, increasingly fed up with us. You'll recall many years ago, you and I were trading comments back and forth about all of the movies made in the Turkish cinema about Turkish soldiers confronting American soldiers in northern Iraq. Do you recall that?
I do.
Well, I think, this is something else that we're grossly underestimating. So I think as far as the weapons are concerned, it'll be something conventional. It may be a new technology. We've got a lot of things on the shelf that can do remarkable things. But end the civilization as we know it? No, that's not going to happen. And will that open the Strait of Hormuz? Not a chance. The Strait of Hormuz is already open to the people that do business with Iran and don't support the war. And the Iranians are using the access to the Strait of Hormuz to charge people substantial sums of money with which they hope to rebuild their country after the war is over. I mean, that's something I would do. But as far as we're concerned, we and the Israelis and the people that support us, no, we don't have access. And I don't see how doing what President Trump is threatening is going to improve that situation.
That's right, man. See, he's talking soft about it because, I think the same thing. They're not going to, because they know if they try to wipe them out, then Russia's going to send some missiles, man, in China. They're all sitting back waiting, man. And the chip has to be implemented. Anyway, Shalom. Hopefully this message was edifying.